the call of the ocean wind. The sun had just begun to peek over the horizon, casting a golden hue upon the restless sea. The sea serpent, rocked gently on the waves as the crew stirred from their slumber. Among them was Captain Finn, a tall man with a weathered face and eyes as sharp as a hawk's. His heart was full of dreams and his mind set on a single goal, to create a shelter on the deck for his crew to gather and share tales of their daring escape. As Finn clapped onto the deck, he was met with the salty breeze that whispered tales from distant lands. The ship's timbers creaked under his boots, a comforting sound he had known since he was a lad. Today would be the day he could rally his crew to construct the canvas shelter. It was no small feat, but if there was one thing Finn knew, it was that pirates were nothing if not resourceful. Gathering the crew, Finn strode to the center of the deck and rang the ship's bell, a signal that called his crew from their task. They gathered around him, a motley bunch of fresh clothes and eager-faced First Mate Molly, a fierce and clever woman with a knack for knots, stood by his side, her arms crossed and a knowing smile on her lips. "Listen up, crew," Finn's voice boomed over the sound of the waves. "Today we build our own haven on this ship, a place to rest and share our tales. We'll need all hands on deck and every bit of grit and courage you can muster." The crew cheered, their spirits buoyed by the promise of a new project. Even young Tim, the cabin boy, bounced on his toes with excitement. Finn's heart swelled with pride as he watched his crew. They might be a ragtag bunch, but they were his family. The challenge of the canvas. The first obstacle was the canvas itself. It was heavy and unwieldy, a stubborn beast that refused to cooperate. Finn watched as his crew struggled, their hands slipping as they attempted to unfurl it across the deck. He chuckled, stepping in to lend a hand. "Remember, it's not just about strength, but about working together," he said, steadying one end of the canvas. With Molly's guidance, they managed to drape it across the beams, creating a tent-like structure that provided shelter from the wind and sun. Finn knew this was only the beginning. They needed to secure the canvas so it couldn't be swept away by the first strong gale. With the help of Molly and Tim, they tied down the edge with thick ropes, using knots so intricate that even the sea itself could have a hard time undoing them. A test of courage. As the afternoon sun reached its peak, the sun began to stir. Dark clouds gathered on the horizon, and the wind picked up speed, howling like a wild beast. Finn's eyes narrowed as he watched the storm approach. This was the true test of their work. Hold steady, crew. Hold steady, crew. Finn shouted over the roar of the approaching storm. We built this shelter together, and together we'll see it stand. The crew scrambled to secure everything on deck, but buckets of water were tossed overboard and crates were lashed down. Finn's heart pounded in his chest as he watched the storm loom closer, but he stood firm, his feet planted wide on the deck, ready to face whatever the sea could throw at them. The first drops of rain splattered against the canvas, and the wind tugged on at the ropes, but the shelter held strong. Finn grinned, feeling the thrill of the storm course through him. He knew they had done well. The calm after storm. When the storm finally passed, the sea lay calm and glistening under the returning sun. The crew emerged from beneath their shelter, their faces like a light with fume. The canvas had held, protecting them from the worst of the storm. Finn looked around at his crew, wet, exhausted, but smiling, and felt a surge of pride. We've done it, my friends. We've shown the sea that we can stand against a smite. Molly clapped Finn on the back, her eyes twinkling, and we've got ourselves a fine shoulder to boot. Tim tugged at Finn's sleeve, his eyes wide with excitement. Does this mean we have more adventure, captains? Finn laughed, ruffling the boy's hair. Tim, it does. This is just the beginning. The sea is vast, and there are many more tales waiting to be told. The promise of adventure. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink, the crew gathered under the shelter they had built. Laughter, the storm filled with air, a testament to their shared courage and camaraderie. Finn sat among them, his heart full of gratitude and anticipation. The sea was calling, and he knew the next adventure was just over the horizon. In life on the sea, Finn said, raising a mug of grog. We must be brave, clever, and true to one another. Here's to the adventures yet to come. The crew cheered, their voices echoing across the calm ocean. The canvas shutter fluttered gently in the breeze, a symbol of the resilience and the promise of countless adventures that awaited them on the open sea.